the thing that she spends her money on that I just think is so dumb, Alec, speaking of dumb things, I mean, the claw, Grace hopefully learned after that one time what a waste that was. Cassidy's thing is nails, acrylic nails. I hate acrylic nails, like, for myself. I'm just, look at my nails. I'm just not that way. I would spend my money on so many other things. Yes, they look good, they click and they make you feel sophisticated. She loves them. It's $50 a time to get
Wow.
those fills, and it takes a long time, and I have to drive her there, and it's a whole thing. So for me, I am not putting any money towards it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'll support her by driving her there and driving her back, and I'll tell her which ones I like or whatever. She does know, talking about house rules, like how you were talking about the candy and the house rules, they have to be short. I mean, if she comes back with talons, that will be the end of that forever.
See, both of our girls are learning about the claw.
Yeah. So, yeah, so we do have a little bit of rules there, and she knows, and there's a trust thing because I leave her in there on her own, and she knows. But the thing is, she really likes clothes and accessories, and she likes to spend her spend right after allowance day or core day. She wants to go up to the village and go to her favorite boutiques, and she usually spends every penny within the first week. Then she needs her nails. Her nails start, clipping off, and she knows
Chipping,
she's
yeah.
got to get them chipping. Yeah, they start just kind of peeling, and she goes, "Well, it's going to be more expensive if I wait and they all come off. I'd rather get them done now so that I can save a little bit of money, but I don't have any more money. Mom, what can I do to make money?" And I'll look around the house, and maybe there will be something that I need her to do, but quite often there's not, and I don't usually pay for chores. So we run into a problem, right? And so she's learning now, halfway through the month, I need to figure out how to make more money. Well, we have this barking dog next door, and long story short, I had reached out to the owner to say, "Hey, is there anything we can do to help you with your barking dog? Because it's keeping us up at night, and it's really problematic for us and our family." And he said, "Well, I'll, try this or that. But what would really help is if somebody could help with walking the dog a couple times a week, and I'd be happy to pay them." So he knows that we have an almost 12 and 13-year-old here. And so right away, Cassidy goes, "What? How much? How many walks? How much money is it going to be?" And so we were going back and forth. And the neighbor said, if she can walk the dog 8 times a week, for however long she wants to keep going on through into school and whatever, 8 times a week, I'll pay her $40 a week. That is a great deal for an 11 or 12-year-old. And all she has to
That's a
do is a
great
little
deal.
15-minute loop around the block. So together, she and I sat down and we mapped out the next 2 weeks, according to her camp and cheer and travel schedule and all of that. What are those 8 times? And she made a nice little poster in her room with all the dates and
Amazing.
times, and she crosses them off one by one. But man, she's getting up. She's going straight over there. She knows how to get the dog by herself and take the dog on a walk. So lo and behold, the dog is not barking anymore.
Wow.
Um, I I
Now,
think
wait,
I
now
think they're
what a
doing a
win.
couple
We
things.
talked
Yeah,
about a win.
yeah, that's a
Everybody's
real
sleeping
win.
better.
Everybody's sleeping. Yeah, I think they actually also put him in another room at night, which really helped. I'm glad we brought it up to them. But yeah, I mean, the bigger win here is really seeing Cassidy's determination to make that money, because she knows exactly what those nails cost and what it means to her, how valuable it is. She doesn't want to sacrifice her allowance on nails. She knows what that's earmarked for. So she's really learning to hustle and to make the money, work for her. So that's been really exciting to see. We're only on
That's
day
amazing.
3 or 4, so we'll see. I hope the consistency stays, but getting a $40 payout at the end of the week, that's really great for her age. So I hope
That's
that keeps her
amazing.
motivated. Yeah.
So let's correlate that to core. How much of that of that win do you relate to core as opposed to what would have been? So now you're in probably month 7, month 8 of doing this.
I think the biggest thing that I can correlate is her understanding the value of money and her understanding how to budget her money and work within what she values the most. And so over the course of this practice, like I was mentioning, the candy and the boba and the poppets and the stupid trinkets, she's done all of that. And so over the course of this, she understands now, these are the things I want and need. These are the things I have to buy on a monthly basis with my money. And she knows that the clothes she likes and the nails she wants cost more than what she's getting for her allowance. She has realized she has to work for that, extra. So I feel like this is a huge win when I can talk to her
Huge.
about the
That's
costs of
amazing.
things. Yeah, winning. And then I do
That's
have
great.
another, little piece to that story. I was also really proud of her for taking the initiative and calling the nail place before we went and asking how much fills are. So they said fills are $35, and she had exactly $35 on her debit card at that time. So she thought, okay, that will be fine. I might need to borrow a little bit from mom, for the tip or whatever. But she was really calculated with her money. And so she went and
So excuse me, of course, if I don't even know what a fill is, but that's okay. We get the point. You can go on.
yeah, you either get new
That's
ones
okay.
or you get fills, and it's cheaper to get
Okay.
fills. Anyways, so it's gonna be $35. So anyways, she brings me in. She goes, "Mom, I need help. They're telling me it's 40." Or no, I didn't know. I didn't know that. She just said I need help paying because I don't have enough. So I said, I'm loaning you this money. You need to make it up to me. We do the whole credit bill and everything. So she understood that if she was borrowing from me, she was going to need to pay me back. But we give the guy a tip and we walk out and it's $50 that she paid. So we're down kind of by the car. And she said, it's really strange because I called and they said $35, but then they charged me $45. And I said, hold up. Why didn't you say something when he charged $45 if you'd already called and asked? And she goes, no, that's so embarrassing, Mom. I don't want to ask. And I said, no, we need to go back up and ask. She goes, no, I am not going up. I'm mortified. I'm getting in the car. And I said, well, I'm going up because we need to know for the future what the discrepancy is there. So it wasn't like I was like marching up angry. I mean, I was just nicely walking
Just
back up
asking. Sure.
to see, yeah, hey, why? So I just said, how much are fills? And she said $35. And I said, well, why was she charged 45? And she said, oh, the design was really intricate. So it's $10 extra for design. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you very much. See you next time. So I explained that to Cassidy. But the thing that I found really interesting is that we've really taken that money being a taboo topic out of our family, right? We talk about money. We talk about every little, thing about money. So why was it so uncomfortable for her to ask them the discrepancy of $10? So I said, you really need to understand where your money is going. And if you're quoted something, you have to be comfortable with asking, why? It's your money. And so it
Yeah.
could be, and I guess that goes back to the learning with small amounts, and letting your kids practice with money right now. I'd rather that happen right now with a $10
Exactly.
discrepancy on nails than a $1,000 discrepancy on a used car or
Yeah.
something like that can get
Totally.
bigger. It was a lot of learning moments. The nails I might not be a fan of, but because I'm in the core mindset, I'm able to make lemonade out of lemons, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying before. A frivolous purchase, just because you think the purchase itself is frivolous, doesn't mean there's not a ton of teaching opportunities within it. So you can kind of harvest it from there, which is exactly what you did. And there is a big win in there in that I know you said, look, now you're talking about money and as a family, and you weren't doing that before. So that in itself is a win for everybody in the family, for sure. I do think that there's a missed opportunity there. So Cassidy didn't go. She stayed put. And then you explained it to her afterwards, correct?
Yes. Did you think I should take her kicking and screaming the whole way up the stairs?
No, definitely not. I think that it's important to try.
I did try, Alec. I did try.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it's certainly
You know
not your
Cassidy,
fault.
right? Just you know
Yes.
Cassidy. She is not one to yeah. She
Right.
so,
But the
yes, I
stomp
agree, missed
and yeah,
opportunity, but I
yeah.
did my best. Yeah.
Then you claimed every opportunity possible. That's for sure. I think that's you modeled for her the behavior of an educated consumer because you want them to be educated consumers. You demonstrated that behavior to her. So even though she didn't go, it's not like it was a totally missed opportunity. You still demonstrated that for her in an important way. So I think that was great.
Right.